first quiet. Hi guys. Courtney's right there.
Howdy.
We kind of gave you guys, although I said I was going live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, I didn't give you much notice today because I just posted like 15 minutes ago that we were going live today.
Surprise.
It's been, it wants me to bring you on camera.
I'm not in Cali yet, so
yes,
no.
I know we're not doing that yet. So we're going to give everybody a minute. Courtney's manning the comments.
Howdy doody.
It's interesting. We're on Tuesday. It feels like it should be Friday.
I know.
My hair looks like a mess.
No, I like it.
Really?
Yeah. The messy style's in right now.
Yeah. Just
Messy
not.
style.
I don't know. I kind of like to look a little more groomed than looking like I just got out of bed. It's a sad day here because this is the last Fireball tea bag.
I like that we call it Fireball tea.
Yep, it's Fireball tea. What is it called on there?
It's called cinnamon tea.
We call it Fireball tea because it tastes like a fireball.
It tastes like fireballs.
Okay, so it is what it is.
Our name makes it.
We are working on Tuesday nights. It's dedicated time to Maynia prep.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I have all of my cross stitches prepped. I'm waiting for my last shipment of DMC floss to come in.
Oh, did you buy some online?
I did.
You did?
Yes.
Instead of going to
Instead of going to Joann's because we don't have time.
Well,
it's just that we never have time to go anywhere.
yeah, and going to Joann's, you have to like scan through all of
You
them.
do.
In order
And
to
when
find the
online you
numbers.
can just click the numbers
Yeah.
and it's done.
It's much easier.
So I have one more shipment of coming of DMC floss that should stock me up for my cross stitch portion. And I think, as I said in a previous video, I had decided on these bigger quilt kits, at least, probably some of the smaller ones too, that I would pre-cut fabric so that, oh sorry, we're yawn now, so that I could just be sewing on that night that I choose to do this instead of having to cut, because this is a 72 by 90 inch quilt, so there's no way that's getting done in an hour, and the cutting alone will take an hour or more, so, and I don't want to spend my whole lifetime just cutting, so yeah,
You might as well do it.
so that's what we're doing. So that's what I'm working on tonight. I'm going to be following the cutting instructions, which are pretty lengthy, as you can see. And we have lots of colors to cut. Who else is watching? It says 2. We have lots of colors.
It said 2.
Well, if they have their profile set to private, it won't show us that
That's
they're
true.
watching. So,
I did also just share the live.
okay,
so.
good. But anyway, if your profile's set to private, we won't know you're watching, so chime in on the comments and we'll answer you. You can leave your profile to private. It's totally good with me.
We just can't say hi to you.
But we can't say hi to you because we don't know who you are. So just chime in, you know, add comments. So I'm going to start cutting fabric. And I actually worked this last Sunday. That's why I canceled the live on Sunday. Honestly, I was just too tired.
We were all too tired.
We were all pretty tired. We had a very hectic weekend, and adding in a weekend day of working was not awesome.
No.
I don't like working the weekends at all. I do it because we are down a manager right now, and so all of us other managers are picking up days in the weekends. I have this weekend completely off, however,
Didn't you have like a...
I have more coming up that
Oh,
I just don't want to do. But before I go into this, for anybody that's following along on the Quilter's Cottage Sew Along, I am making progress. It's slow. I think they're already done on the
Are they really?
Floss 2 at Fat Quarter Shop, or close to it.
Yeah.
I actually have, it looks like I've gotten a lot done, but up here there's a house and there's trees and there's bushes, so I have a lot left to do. I did have a lot more done on these flowers that go across here, and then I figured out I had done them all wrong.
Wait, how did you do it wrong?
All the yellow that I put on was in the wrong spot. See, I put it at the end of the green. It needs to go up there.
Oh, gotcha.
So I I had to take out a bunch of stitches in here, and there's some errors in here that we're just not going to talk about. I'm just getting back into the cross stitch for the first time in the, I don't know, hi Trish. I'm just getting back into cross stitch for probably the first time in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I used to cross stitch all the time. I actually used to have a floss organizer full of floss, and at some point I ditched it because I thought I would never be going back to cross stitch again, mainly because of my eyesight and needing good lighting everywhere I go to cross stitch. Then Matt got me those lights that I showed you guys in a previous video, and they work awesomely, so I'm back into cross stitching.
No reason to not.
I have no reason not to. Alright, so let's get cutting. I need to... I love this quilt. I've made this quilt once before. And Christopher has it. My son has it in his apartment. He uses it as wall art. He has it actually mounted on the wall, which I find...
hilarious.
Well, I find it a little humorous, and then I'm also very, I guess, touched.
Yeah.
That he would hang my quilts up on a wall as wall art. So that's kind of cool. It says we have 4 watchers. I can only see 2. So if you have your Facebook profile set to private, we don't know who you are when you watch. It won't pop it up. But say hello in the comments because we'd like to say hi back to you.
Yeah.
So we need 9 2 1/4 inch strips. Which I have to make sure. I'm usually standing up and cutting, so this is kind of interesting.
Hasn't he asked you, Christopher, hasn't he asked you for other quilts that he can hang up to?
Yeah, he actually wants some of my other quilts to hang up on walls in his apartment, which I find just, it touches me, I guess.
He likes his mommy.
He likes our quilts.
Aww.
He likes the modern ones.
He does.
Doesn't so much like the other ones that I do. But I like the modern ones as well, so.
I think he would like the good luck. Or the good, wait.
The good fortune.
Good fortune.
He didn't really like the good fortune.
He didn't? I thought that was the one he liked.
No, he did not like the good fortune.
Oh, darn. Alright. I thought that would be one that he would actually like.
No, he did not care for that one. He said it was a nice job, do you know what I mean? But just not his preference, so.
He's very polite about that.
Yep. Hi, Debbie.
Hello.
But I don't know. I told him, you know, he can't have any more of my quilts to hang up.
Hello, Tracy. Hello, Alex.
Hi, Tracy. Hi, Alex.
They're flooding in now.
1, 2, 4, 6. 7.
Penny Dalton says hi from Texas.
Hello. My birthday is 21. Is that what she says?
Yeah.
Nice.
On the 21st?
On the 21st?
Or are you 21?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm losing count because I'm talking. We're just gonna let Courtney do the talking.
I'll do the chatting.
You do the chatting.
I'll do the chatting. So we're doing today's live about the Maynia
prep,
but we also are doing a live on Thursday.
Yep.
Where we're just gonna be stitching and hanging out and having fun.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be fun. So
we're gonna be cross stitching, I think, right?
Yeah, we're gonna be cross stitching. So if you guys have like cross stitch that you're gonna do or that you're gonna start at some point, hi Debbie. You can jump on and we can just hang and chat and have a blast. Maybe we can pull someone on the camera with us.
Yeah, that would be fun.
We'll surprise you guys.
Because that's a new thing we just found out that we can do.
Yeah, we can bring people on camera.
Which we tested. If you were watching last week, Courtney and I tested that because pretty soon, little Miss Courtney's going to be in California. Oh, April 21st. Well, your birthday's coming up then.
Heck yeah.
She's going to be in California.
Mm-hmm.
We're still going to be doing lives, and we're still going to be doing lives with Courtney, so how cool is that?
Yeah.
She's actually gonna come. We're gonna pull her on camera with me, so you'll see me and you'll see her, and she'll help facilitate discussions.
Yeah, as long as I'm available. That 3-hour difference can be hard to navigate.
So let me just interject in here. Yeah. So the reason that it takes so long to cut this stinking quilt. This has 2 pages of cutting instructions, by the way. It's not just one. It's 2. That's why we're doing this in prep. So there's 2 shapes that we have to cut that are not normal shapes. I don't know if you're going to be able to pick these up on camera or if I need to find a sheet. So that's one of them. Yeah. And this is the other one. So when I start this on Maynia, if you're interested in curved piecing for quilts, you're going to want to tune in. And see, and I have not decided what I'm doing on every date because I'm purposely trying not to do that.
We're trying not to plan.
We're trying not to plan it. We're trying to just have the projects here, and then every day in May, wherever I'm at, now keep in mind I'll be in Florida for 5 days of it. So I will be doing lives from my hotel room. And I'm taking 5 projects with me, and you can pretty much bet they're going to be cross-stitch projects because I'm not lugging a sewing machine.
You should ask the hotel to get you one.
But I will be in Florida for 5 days of it, and I'm just planning to pick a project and go live and start. And it's going to be an hour to an hour and a half long. If we have watchers, I'll stay on. If we don't, I'll do an hour and get off. And it is what it is. And all these videos are going up on YouTube right after we're done. Yeah. So as soon as we're done with all of these live videos, this one, all the previous ones, I've been sitting in here downloading them and uploading them to YouTube so they're available there. Same thing will happen in May for Maynia with one slight glitch. I'm not sure that I will have a computer with me to be able to post them to YouTube. I'll go live on Facebook. But we'll see. Maybe Courtney.
I might have to do that from here.
May have to do that from here. Because I can't do that from my phone. I have tried it. It does not work.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
So, yeah. I can do lives from my phone. That's how I do most of the lives here, believe it or not. Even with all the camera setup we have, the phone gets the best angle and it has the best resolution. Yeah. So,
shout out to Google for...
Yeah.
Making the best resolution on a phone.
So we do the lives by the phone, and I'm taking the arm clamp with me so that I can clamp it wherever, and so we won't have to worry about that. But, yeah, it'll be fun. But this is why this cutting takes so long, because the first color that I have here, it's called Brickstone, so it's kind of this color. I have to cut... 4 3 3/4 squares. Let's go to a smaller ruler. So I don't have to mess around with that big one. And it's hard to because the lighting is not awesome either right now.
No.
But on camera, if I turn on any of the other lights, it looks too bright. But yeah. So 3 3/4 squares.
I think that's the unfortunate part about doing any sort of video is you really have to have the proper light for the camera, but then it also might not be the proper light for you.
Especially if you're working on something like this.
Especially if you're working on something like this, like where you need to have.
So we got 4 squares. And then trace and cut 4 piece ones. I don't know which one of these are piece ones, so I guess I gotta flip through here.
She had to pick the most complicated quilt.
Oh gosh. Well, Aunt Jackie.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, this is her quilt when it's done.
This quilt's for Aunt Jackie, and she had to pick.
This is a family favorite, this quilt.
It is. I love it.
Oh, there we go. So this one's piece 1. Oh, that marker's not going to work on there.
Sharpie.
Yeah, over there in the wheelie cart.
The wheelie cart.
Yeah, and I have to trace and cut 4 piece ones, which means, thank you. So this is 1, And this is
Very wet.
2. And this barely writes on here.
And great.
That's okay.
Is it just dead?
It works. I don't know. Here, I got a smaller one here. See if we can get this to work. Yeah, that must be dead because this one looks just right. And we have the dogs in here, so you can hear Riley whining right now. He's back here complaining about life.
I had not shut the door when I came in, and so he snuck in.
So now I'm tracing these pieces. The last time I did this, I actually set a template down and used a rotary cutter and just kind of whipped around the curve.
Yeah, you did.
But I don't think that's a good idea. I learned my lesson the last time.
Well, we ended up having like some wonky pieces.
We did.
It was just, they pieced together fine, but if you look closely at them, they were slightly like tilted.
Yeah. And so we're gonna just
go down a line.
Yeah.
And don't you have a curved ruler that you could use? I know you have it. It's usually for quilting. But
it's for quilting. It's downstairs.
Yeah.
So I've got. Yep, that's 4 of them. Okay. All right. These pieces make me nervous because last time I had errors because of my cutting, and so I'm trying to be better at cutting. And I am better at cutting now than I used to be.
Yeah.
I used to be really lazy about it, to be honest with you. The quickest way to get it done was how I did it. Now it's a little different because, number one, I piece quilts for sale. And I'm a little more critical, I think, of how they go out. I have to say, my old eyes, this lighting's not awesome. So that's that. And what else do I need in here? 2.5 inch width of fabric strips. I think this must be the most complicated one. Probably. 1.5 inches. And we have leftovers. It's always good when you have leftover stuff. Alright, I can mark that one off as done. 1 out of 50 steps of cutting this quilt is done. Flame fabric. See, this is where I need to get this out because...
Oh, it tells you.
Yes, because we have this big thing. So this is jade, I think.
Yeah, I would say that's jade. Definitely not kiwi.
I think this might be orchid.
Yeah, I would go with that. These are actually kind of cool because you could actually cut these out and like pin them.
Yes.
I think that's rose, isn't it?
No.
No?
This is peach, but peach
Or
is only
apricot.
supposed to be a fat quarter. I think this has got to be apricot, 7/8 of a yard.
Apricot.
Because that's more than a fat quarter. I think that's the hardest part of some of these kits is trying to figure out.
I think honestly they should tag them. Like actually have them already together.
We already have a jade, so this must be emerald.
Yeah.
What am I looking for next? Flame.
Flame's like your red.
This is cerulean. Oh, I don't know. This might be azure. That's azure. This is cerulean.
Oh man.
See? That's azure.
Man.
This is cerulean.
I gotta go back to grade school days.
I need flame.
There's your saffron. Yeah, saffron.
So flame is what, a fat quarter?
Yeah,
That's probably that one.
I would go with that. Yeah, because papaya is a lot larger. So. That's gotta be
Yep,
funny.
this is a fat quarter. This is for you.
Lame.
Yep. Oi, oi, oi. We're down to just you again.
It's just me.
It is.
That's okay.
So what if I have to cut?
We got up real high in the viewers that past couple minutes.
For a minute.
Mm-hmm. You had like 6 or 7 of you.
Yep. I usually stand when I cut, so this is kind of uncomfortable. She needs to stop whining.
I know. We did not let you in here so you could interrupt the entire live, good sir.
Yep.
Just go to sleep. Sleep and dream of dog biscuit.
Whatever it is you dream about.
Whatever. Running. That's all I see you ever doing when you sleep. Which is ironic because you don't run in real life.
So we need four 3 7/8 inch squares. I know, cutting is boring. This is not my favorite part of the process.
This is why we're doing it though before Maynia.
Yes.
Otherwise, then you have boring projects working and they're never gonna get done because you don't want to do them.
Right.
This is why we prep.
It is
Yeah.
not my favorite thing to do.
It's not the best.
But I actually think I work another full weekend before Maynia, so I wonder if I will have time to.
Cut the other ones. It might mean to make time for the in the week and knock them out.
All right, need to cut more and trace more. 3 1/2 inch.
Pretty shit.
3 1/2 inch. I need to cut this fold off.
Hi, Haley.
Hi, Haley.
Haley. Girl, I haven't seen you in a long time. It's been a minute.
It's been a long time.
It's been a minute. It's crazy. We used to see Haley all the time. Now I
Yeah,
don't get to see Haley.
life gets busy.
I know. Oh look, we have another whiny animal in here. Hello.
The sewing room is full of whining animals this evening.
Full of them. Hey,
We have
come on.
animals protesting. How are you, Haley?
Haley.
You know, Courtney asks about you all the time. She asks about you, and I look you up on Facebook, and
She says it's been a couple of minutes.
yeah, a couple of minutes. It's been a while.
It's been a hot minute. It's not okay.
What's not okay? That it's been a couple of minutes. I know, life.
She used to be over at our house all the time. Over at the old house.
Yes.
Has she been?
She's
at
been
your
here,
house?
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Nana.
Hi, Nana.
Nice job popping on.
So this one I have to trace and cut 4 piece 2s. Those are even more fun.
Oh no, those
yeah,
aren't.
those are not fun.
Those are the ones that you were cutting them with your rotary cutter last time, and I
Yes,
thought you were going to
these
cut
ones.
off your hand because you were just whipping around the corner.
Yeah.
And I thought I was just going to go over. Nana just woke up.
Oh.
Did you have a good nap? Haley says, good, how are you guys? We're dandy.
We are. Where did I put my pen? Oh, there it is.
We're losing things along with our minds. But, you know, it's all good.
We're good. We've been super busy
Yeah.
as of late. I don't know if you follow along or not, but we spent this last Saturday building a whole new bee yard for our bees, and we've been trying ever since to get them all moved. Still do not have them all moved. Hi, Kaylee.
Hi, Kaylee.
Do you know Kaylee?
I do. I went to
Okay,
school
so-
with Kaylee.
Gotcha.
Yes, we have a new bee yard.
Yeah, we have a brand new bee yard, so we posted pictures of that.
Yeah.
And
we took down part of the
we
garden.
took down part of the garden. We're reducing our garden size to a fourth this year.
Yeah.
Just because it's too hard. Like we've mentioned a million times, Courtney's moving back out to California on later in May, and it's too hard to keep up with a huge garden. Can you hand me the pin cushion that's over there?
Yeah.
It's too hard to keep up with a large garden without help. So Matt and I work hours, lots of hours.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes more, sometimes less.
Usually more than less. We are cutting the Drunkard's Path. Is it actually called Drunkard's Path, or is it just...
This one is not called Drunkard's Path, but it is based on the Drunkard's Path
it's not actually called
pattern. It's not called that, though.
Surprise!
Because the curved piecing is from the Drunkard's Path. Now I have to... I think it's called the color block quilt. It is.
Color block quilt.
This is the one we're cutting, Mom.
We're cutting the one for Aunt Jackie.
Yes.
That's an easy way to put that one.
So anyway, we reduced the garden by a quarter.
Yeah.
So building the new bee yard had a lot to do with relocating some 4x4 posts. So that was awesomely fun.
It's a good workout. I came home from work and y'all looked dead. Like they were on the couch just like sitting there.
It was 8 hours of hard labor.
Yeah, a very intense day. But I mean, the bee yard looks great.
And the thing that's really sad about that is he and I have been working out religiously almost every morning since last June.
Yeah.
And we still, it was a lot of work. It was
a lot.
It was just a lot of work. It was hard work. We did it. We were able to do it, which was good, but it was a lot of work. It looks great. We just have to finish getting everybody moved and happy. Yeah. We have what I would classify as an aggressive beehive. So we thought it was aggressive last year.
Not so much compared to... Well, I don't know.
We thought it was aggressive. Dad thought it was more aggressive than I thought it was. Yeah. But Dad gets really nervous at the beehive, so because he had an episode where he got like 30 stings when he mowed around one of them. Oh, we got another whining animal.
One.
I think every animal that we own is currently in this room whining.
Or has made its way into this room, except for Dexter.
That's Oscar.
Yep.
Oscar says hi.
You got your Facebook Live debut.
No, this isn't his debut.
Oh, that's not. He's been on Facebook for a while. Huh? You just like the attention.
Anyway, it is aggressive. We are having the darndest time trying to move this hive, and because the bees are so not happy.
Yeah.
I think what we're going to have to do, and Matt and I have talked about it, is once we get it moved to the new location, get them reoriented so that they go back to that hive in the new location. We're going to split the hive, and we're going to do what's called, nobody be yelling at me because this is common practice. We are going to pinch the queen and re-queen the hive.
Yeah.
Pinching the queen, just to clarify, means we're going to kill the queen.
We're going to kill it.
The temperament of a hive is based on the temperament of the queen.
Yes.
So if you have an aggressive hive I think this hive is quite large. It's got to be tens of thousands of bees in there.
Yeah. It's
you
hard
have to get rid of the
them.
queen, and then you have to reissue a queen into the hive. Yeah. So that's what we're planning on doing. This time of year, the weather in New York's pretty bipolar, so we're really at the mercy of the weather, and it's really unfortunate because the nicest weather that we've had, we've been working. So that's the weather that we could have taken care of the bees, gotten them moved, gotten feed on, and all this other stuff, but because we work day jobs, we miss a lot of the good weather, and then when we get home, we only have a couple hours of light, and unfortunately, Matt has a training thing going on this week, so in the evenings he's pretty booked. So the queen looks different than all the other bees, so we have to find the queen the old-fashioned way and take apart the hive and look up on every frame.
She's usually like twice the size.
She is. She's like twice as long. She has a very narrow, long, pointy hind end for egg laying.
Got a big butt.
She's got a big butt. And we'll have to find her, pinch her, and get her out of there because and we can get new queens from the bee club that we belong to, so that's not an issue.
Will they raise up their own after we kill them? It's possible.
They could. It's possible. But we'll get a new one
just to make sure.
Out of sure stock, and that way we know, and then we'll get rid of any queen cups that we see in the hive.
Yeah.
So.
Or we just let them duel it to the death.
No, because I don't want an aggressive one.
Yeah.
Taken over.
Yeah.
But it is aggressive. I mean, we literally took the top off the hive the other night to put a feeder on because we feed sugar cakes in the wintertime, but we go to liquid syrup in the early spring. So we have to change feeder setups. And they literally came bubbling out like a lava, like from a volcano. There's a lot of bees in there. And I ended up with a sting here and 3 stings here. I don't know if you guys can see the red dots. So when I went to work Monday, my hand looked like an Iron Man hand because it was all like swollen out here, and I could have easily.
But it's great for your joints.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't care what anybody says. There's a lot of beekeepers out there that say the bee stings don't bother them. They hurt. I mean, I'm not a wuss, and they hurt.
They sting.
So.
Well, there's a lot of beekeepers out there that they don't wear net or long sleeves or anything, and
we have gear that we wear.
Yeah. We have gear.
We have gear because I don't really want to get stung. Thanks very much.
I mean, some of them. Like
I need the peach.
There's one guy that does it. He does it very well, and his bees seem fairly calm, and he's able to be in shorts and t-shirt around them, and he's just fine. But Nana says it should help with the arthritis.
It is supposed to help the arthritis, Mom, but I gotta tell you, they don't feel very good. No. That little iron there.
Yeah.
Can you see if it's warm?
It's warm, but not warm enough.
Oh, you know why?
To turn on.
No, it automatically turns on when we turn on the lights in the room, and the lights in the room are on.
Oh shoot! So it was warm.
Oh snap. Okay. So
wait, hold on. I can unplug the. I can take off the lights though.
Well, just flip the switch, and then point the light. See how it does this huge halo thing?
Yeah.
Just point them up.
There you go.
There you go. Oh, there. Good.
So now the iron's on.
So now the iron's on.
The lights are off.
It's just really weird because we look really bright on the camera, but if we put that light on back there, it makes it look like we both have halos, which we don't. know is not the case.
We don't.
Right?
No.
So set this over there on the ironing board, and when that heats up, iron it flat. Might as well go to work while you're here.
Oh.
Just like that. Fold it up. No.
Oh.
Fold it like I had it.
Okay.
Just iron it so some of those creases are out. Gotcha. No, you got it wrong.
I do not. I know how it folds. I can see the fold. See, this is how you know I'm not a quilter, though, because
I think she sits here enough that she ought to know this just by osmosis.
I ought to know it, but I also don't know it at all. I'm a cross stitcher, yo.
So for everybody, just pipe it on. Tuesday nights is Maynia prep, so that's what I'm doing. I'm cutting some quilt pieces, so when we...
Connie! Oh, God. Matt makes my day when
There's a story. So... Last year, he mowed around the bees and without a bee suit on, and he irritated the bees. So they came after him. He ended up hopping off his lawnmower, running up to our pool, and jumping in, and still ended up with like 30 bee stings. And so he ended up running a high fever that night, and he was fine, but needless to say, he's a little leery about mowing around the bees, hence the new bee yard. So at the back of our property, and if I'm talking too much about this, you gotta let me know, but at the back of our property, we have a creek, and behind the creek is about I would say 10 feet of land, 2 of which belong to us, 8 of which belong to the farmer behind us. We talked to the farmer behind us. You know, I was wrong.
You want me to open it? I'll
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. The farmer behind us has agreed to let us use that land because he can't farm it. It's the way it's positioned, it's the bottom of an embankment, and he can't farm it. So that's what we were clearing all day on Saturday, was that piece of land. And when I mean clearing, I mean like taking out trees. We dredged our creek because things had fallen into the creek over the winter and stopped the creek from flowing. We had a bunch of black caps growing wild back there, pulling all them out of the ground. And we got the mower out there and basically scalped all the ground. We had an area cordoned off for the bees that we put landscape fabric down, put 4x4s around, and put a bunch of natural mulch in to try to keep the weeds down so that we don't have to do stuff like that around the bees. And then we put pallets in there to put the hives on. And now we are in the middle of moving hives, which moving a complete hive.
Interesting.
It's
risky.
It's a real test of your anxiety levels, moving a hive, because if you, let's say you trip and
Maybe you shouldn't live right there.
let's say you trip and the hive hits the ground and breaks open, you're in the middle of a swarm of bees, and protective equipment or not, they're gonna get you at some point. So, you know, we just try not to do that.
I try not to. So Dad usually mows with his gear on.
He does, but to protect him now.
Yeah. He was also alone that day.
He was. Nobody else was home, so that made him a little nervous when that happened. Nobody else was here.
Yeah. Because that could have been.
I think I was working. I think you were working.
I think we were both working. I think it was a Saturday, yeah.
Yeah.
That was not a fun day.
No, he didn't feel well for like 2 or 3 days after that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's really no joke. I mean,
no.
There's reasons why people don't like bee stings.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's not that I'm a wuss or anything, but they do hurt. And if you understand how the honeybee operates, when they start stinging, they keep stinging.
They keep going.
So their stinger goes in, and they have like a ratcheting thing going on that keeps the stinger going in and pumping venom in. And so until you get the stinger out, you're having venom pumped in, and it's just, it's not for the faint of heart. I think it's fascinating. But you have to be really careful how you do it. It's no joke. You really do need to.
Their mentality is probably like, well, I'm going to die anyway. Might as well make the most out of this thing.
Yes, because they do die after they've stung somebody.
Mm-hmm.
It's a one-shot deal.
One-shot deal. Well, I'll take a picture of him when he's mowing one day. Because there's some people that probably don't know what we're talking
We've
about.
actually posted it on
Have we done?
Facebook. I've done it because he got mad at me for doing it.
Extra precaution.
I posted it on Little Farm.
But he doesn't wear it throughout the entire lawn.
No,
it's just the back part.
Just the back part.
Just the back part. So.
Just the back part by the bees. And now he probably will still wear it even though they're behind the creek.
Probably. Well, he's going to have to go back there and keep it mowed down back there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm timed out.
How many? We need 16 squares.
Crystal says, I love bees. So sad when I found out I couldn't have them in town.
Yeah, I know. They're kind of sticklers in the village.
They are. About everything.
About everything.
About everything.
We have neighbors out here that are probably not as close as the ones that we had in the village, but they're not all that far away. It's not like we have 1,000,000 acres between us and the neighbors.
Right.
And our hives are fully visible. I mean, we haven't planted anything around them to hide them. They're fully visible to everybody. But, you know, the farmer down the road has hives, and then the farmer around the corner has hives, and there's hives all over the place around here. And where was I driving today? Right down on County Road 7. There is a place that I didn't think had beehives, and they do. Down Port Gibson area. And those people are just as close to each other as people in the village. So I don't understand that whole thing, but
It's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. It is weird. But honeybees are endangered, so
really,
it's a big deal to have them and be keeping them. We think that we lost one of the hives in the last 3 or 4 weeks. We had checked on them about 4 weeks ago, and they were doing fine. And then when we opened them up the other night, it looks like there's nothing in there. But we closed them back up, and we'll check them again in a couple of days and see how they look then. I need papaya now. Can we figure out what papaya is?
Yeah, we can figure out what papaya is.
So papaya.
It's a fat quarter, or is
it's
it
like it's 3/8 of a yard.
Okay.
So it's more than a fat quarter.
Okay. We can figure this out. It's probably one of these.
It's like a reddish orange.
Oh, I think I got it. I think I got it.
That might be it.
That looks like papaya.
That does look like papaya. So we need to iron this one now. It makes the cutting easier when we iron. Yeah, so she's going to be my iron girl now. That's her new job.
What are you going to do when I go to Cali?
Well, then we'll have to get your dad in here to iron.
I have to get Dad to do it. Oh, this one's a big one, too.
Yes, it's 3/8. You can turn on the iron in Nana's room if you want.
Could do that, yeah.
Nana, we have an iron and ironing board in your room now.
The iron's taking your place.
Gives me more room to iron the big things.
Begin.
But we are hoping to, by this weekend, have all the bees settled. I am hoping that by the end of this weekend, we have the queen pinched out of that aggressive hive. We are hoping to get a split going, which means we split that big hive into 2 smaller hives. Maybe we'll pinch the queen when we do that, and then see if they
Raise up a new one.
Raise up a new one, or we'll go buy new ones to put in. And then I think we're going to end up buying a package of bees too and install. If that other hive is dead, we will buy a package of bees and install it. I think, yeah, the bees have a hard time in this bipolar New York weather.
I think they get confused because it gets warm.
Well, they get confused and they get condensation in the hive. So
Yeah.
when we did that, was that Oscar whining?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, this cat. When we have 30 degrees one day and 75 another, there's condensation in the hive, and if they can't react to it, or if it doesn't get dried up in there fast enough, they end up freezing. So, yeah, I don't know. And that happens in nature, not just in hives. So I think that's probably why we're having a hard time with bees. But I think the farmer is all too happy to give us his land to use for the honeybees because it benefits him just as much as it benefits us.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, I guess. But that's our goal this week. And we got the... Thank you, babe. And we got the garden reduced. We're getting the garden reduced. We have a bunch of berry bushes we have to move. And we have a bunch of... this is papaya. They call this papaya. Bunch of berry bushes to relocate, a bunch of grapevines to relocate. We're just restructuring how the farm is. Make it easier for Matt to mow, make it easier for us to tend to the whole thing. And you can listen to Oscar whine.
I think all of our animals have whined except for Dexter. This proves that he is the best. Oh, good. He's now trying to play around.
He's an old man. He doesn't play.
So in all my videos, I tell you guys not to cut towards you. You can see that I'm doing exactly what I've told you guys not to do. I actually have, it would be a lot easier for me if I changed the blade or got one of my new cutters out, because the blade on this is really, I have not ordered a new endurance blade yet. My last endurance blade lasted 3 months, and this, I think I've been doing so much, I think this one's only got 2 months on it. Oh, but they did say you could turn them around.
Let's try that.
Let's try that. Said if you turn them around, you get a second side out of them.
That's kind of an interesting thought.
We'll see if it works. 3.5 inches. 3.5 inches.
Not so much?
Not so much.
Pretty much the same.
Pretty much the same.
Yeah, it kind of sounded too good to be true. Just turn the blade over.
But it's not as sharp. Over in my Rolly thing there is my red one that I got.
Is it the one that's still in the packaging?
Yeah, I just got it in one of my sew boxes.
Ooh.
I need to order a new endurance blade for my cutter. But I got this at a sew box, which, by the way, I discontinued my sew box. Mm-hmm. And then I had an anxiety attack because I discontinued my sew box. So then I go on to re-up for my sew box, and now I'm on the waiting list because I only have so many. But I have a nice red Olfa cutter. It's for their 40th anniversary. We got shipped these before they even came out in the stores. So we'll see how this thing cuts. Oh, that's kind of cool. This one doesn't close all the way, I noticed.
Well, that's dangerous.
Yeah, this one, see how the thing goes above the blade?
Yeah.
So this one, when you close it, you see the black around the top of the blade. That protects you from touching the blade. This one does not close all the way. So you can touch the blade.
You can still catch yourself.
Now, I posted pictures about this too. Where are we at on time?
We are at, it's 7:45 right
Okay.
now. So we're about 3
I have a clock right in front of me. I'm not sure why I keep asking her.
You only asked me once. You're good.
No, I asked you before we went on camera too.
Oh, that's right.
Wait, 16 3.5-inch squares. Okay. So, what was I talking about?
Rotary cutters.
Oh, yeah,
And then
I
you posted
posted
something.
pictures of my cuts on rotary cutters because I'm pretty infamous for when I change a blade. I get a cutter too.
Yeah.
Because I don't follow, you guys know this, I don't follow all the rules. I do it my way, and I am always going to do it my way. And it's just, it's how I roll.
Yeah, that's how we roll.
I make my own path. And so here we go, brand new blade. I'm going to cut towards me. So we're tempting fate. And I was really careful because it's a brand new blade. I'm like,
I'm
ugh.
gonna break out the Band-Aids on Facebook Live.
I know it. And there we go. But that's just a reminder, I have to get online tonight and order some endurance blades.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 3.5. But this is definitely a new blade.
It's cutting like butter.
It is. New blades are important. You really need to make sure you have sharp blades because everybody wants to, you know, save a dime or whatever and not get new blades, but when you don't have a new blade in your cutter, exactly what I just preached happens. You cut yourself because you're pressing, it's like the old razor in the shower. So you have an old razor in the shower and you have to push it down harder, right, to get all the hair. And then you switch to a new blade and you're used to pressing down harder, and so the first time you shave with a brand new razor, you get cuts because you're used to pressing down harder. It's the same concept with these. You have to be careful.
I also feel like that goes along with integrity of the fabric too.
Yes.
If you have like a dull blade and then you go to
It
cut
rips
your
it
fabric, it's
instead
gonna
of
rip your
cutting it.
fabric,
Yeah.
Just like your skin.
All right, apricot now.
Apricot. It's like that
Apricot.
pale, isn't it this one?
That's this one. No.
7/8 of your.
That's tangerine, I think.
Tangerine.
I think this is maybe not.
Oh, that's apricotish. I think that might be apricot. Oh, maybe peach. Oh no, peach is only a fat quarter.
And peach
not
we already
peach.
had.
Oh, peach we already had. So yeah, that's gotta be.
This has
apricot.
got to be an apricot. Yes, that's an apricot. And you can leave it folded like this, but it needs to be ironed.
Haley said it was so nice to see you guys. I have to go for tonight. Maybe we can try to plan something soon.
That would be awesome,
Yes.
Haley. Just come on over. Just text if we're
I
home.
know.
Just come on over,
Just say, hey, I'm gonna pop
or we'll
over.
meet up somewhere.
And then yeah.
It'll be great.
Yeah.
Life's been busy.
Before I leave, please.
Courtney leaves later in May, so
Yeah.
she would like to see you before she goes. So maybe we'll meet up for lunch or something. Just
Heck
text us
yeah.
and let us know. And thanks for watching.
Yeah.
All of you guys that are watching, like and share my videos.
Yeah.
That's how I know that you want me to keep doing them. Because if you don't, I'm not going to keep doing them.
We're not going to waste.
You can, Mom, but you're a little farther away.
Does she want to have lunch with us?
Haley, you've got my number. Just text me and we'll get together.
Yeah.
It may have to be impromptu. Our life is kind of crazy pants.
Yeah.
But for sure. Oh, well, Trish, you can come over. You're not that far.
All the people that are close to us are like, hey, I'm going to have lunch.
I was thinking about having kind of like a little retreat here at some point.
Yeah.
Just having a bunch of things set up, you know, sewing machine area set up, ironing things set up in my living room, kitchen, dining area, and having just kind of a little sewing retreat with a few people. So I may start to plan that, and we'll see how it goes. And we'll see. I have to start. Deb Abbott and I have to find the pattern, Deb. I don't even know what I did with it. We're doing our own little sew along together. Oh, here it is. Oh, thank God I found it. We're doing this one that we bought. It's called Stitch Happens. And so we're making that sewing machine together. And I think we're gonna get together and do that. But I gotta figure out fabric. But everybody needs to like and share my videos so that we know and so that we get more people watching. Because it helps us to know that this is what people want. And then, so we'll keep doing the videos. And Courtney's going to keep coming on even from California.
Even from Cali.
Except you're going to be working out there.
Yeah, it's going to depend on time for me.
So will I have to adjust the time, do you think?
I don't know. Because it might be one of those, a lot of times, like especially in Cali, I end up working weekends. So I might have weekdays off.
Gotcha.
So if I have weekdays off, it'll be a lot easier for me to join you guys. And I might just have to join you midstream.
Yeah,
You know,
true.
that can always happen.
Yeah.
Especially like at this time, because it's 7:40, it's only 4:50 there. So depending on when I get out.
Okay. So Thursday's live is going to be Courtney and I stitching.
Yeah.
We're going to be side by side, probably in front of the computer.
Yeah.
We'll have better lighting because otherwise I won't be stitching.
No.
We're going to be stitching and just chatting about the stuff that's going on here on the farm, chatting about things that we've accomplished this week. Courtney's doing her first ever cross stitch. She's doing a mandala giraffe, and it's turning out very nice. I'm working on the Quilter's Cottage. I'm not working on anything else cross-stitchy until Maynia. I will give you the dates that I'm in Florida. I am in, I wish I had my phone. I'm in Florida May 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. I come back the 11th. I am going live. I'm still committing to go live every day in May for Maynia. It'll be either, so for those days, you can bet your bottom dollar that those projects will be cross-stitch projects.
And they'll probably either be early morning or late evening. Right?
And they probably will either be early morning or late evening.
Yeah.
Although Matt speaks at that's the whole reason we're there, is he's actually a published engineer and he's speaking at a conference down there. So
it could just be during
it could be during the afternoon hours from the hotel when he's working. So, but you can bet those will be cross-stitch projects. So I think, I told everybody this once before and I've lost count. I think I have 16 cross-stitch and 15 quilt projects.
Yeah, I think that's right.
I think that's right.
It's 31, right?
Some of the quilt projects are small. Some of them are large. I think I only have 2 really large ones in there. The rest are
this one and
kind of a moderate size. And
no, that's not
that
it's
in the back there.
Yeah.
It's an Angela Walters one.
Woohoo! Angela Walters.
Yeah. So yes, I'm pretty sure it's 16 cross stitch. I have 15 quilt projects. I will be starting a new project every day in May, which means to say that for an hour every day, I will come on live and pick a new project out of the bins and just start it. I may work on those projects at other times too, but every day in May, I will start a brand new project. The idea is at the end of May, you've got all your creativity juices flowing, and you've got all these projects to do, and you're like ramped up, and then you get them all done, which is great because we have a Purple Painted Lady Festival in September. And so we need to get some stuff done for that. So this should amp this up a little bit. We have a YouTube channel, so like and share these videos. This video will go up on YouTube momentarily as soon as we sign off. We have an Etsy shop, so search for us on Etsy. And if you have comments, questions, things you'd like to see, by all means, put them below. And we'll pick them up the next time, okay? Everybody have a great night. We're going to sign off. Bye-bye.